4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no way this is Blizzard, right? I'm trolling. I'm trolling so hard. That should have been an easy win. I must have lost count of one of them, right? Isn't it 10? Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Last week, I was able to play some Master League. I played a little cup, but it just did not seem worth the investment to make a bronze tour. And let's just say I'm not the biggest raider in the world, so I have very limited resource. But I decided to run a team that was triple weak to Giratina, triple weak to water, triple weak to a lot of things. However, it was also triple strong to Dialga and very strong into fairies as well. And if you ever see my pro tips for PvP video on Overload, this is exactly what that is. It's an Overload team. I ran a Melmetal in the lead with the Excadrill and a Ho in the back. My Ho is not even fully maxed out. I think it's missing a level, but I decided to best buy my Melmetal for a much better matchup against Kyogre. A lot of the waters, Melmetal just has such an important utility in this team because it's the only thing that has any chance against water type Pokemon. And overall, I was able to string together a 9-1 run in 2 sets, and I climbed a decent amount with this team as well into some really tough matchups. But again, if you catch a Dialga or Fairy anywhere in the line, you usually are in a pretty good spot. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups, or see behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. Getting into the battles here, I'm going to showcase my 9-1 run in chronological order here, and I had a Xerneas here too. I was actually battling this in the airport while waiting for my baggage claim at 2 a.m. So that was quite a journey. But anyway, we're going to throw the rock side here. Of course, this thing does learn close combat, so it's definitely worth shielding. And the tackles aren't really doing too much, so it's actually okay for me. I think I just double shield this, see what they swap in with. And they actually don't swap out, which is really good for me. So they shield, and then they come in Giratina Origin. And like I said, this team is very weak to Giratina too, right? So you're going to have to put in some work. Yeah, that's the tricky part with this team, right? Giratina has played into everything, very strong into everything too, and we do get to this drill run, which is absolutely huge for me. And they no shield, so that's pretty good. I have a lot of energy on this Melmetal, so I decided to throw my energy first. I'm assuming I get a shield off of this, which I do. Unfortunately, I can't swap my Ho just yet, but yeah, okay, they swap in their Xerneas. Interesting. There's a chance they have Play Rough on this, which is really good because then I just get a ton of energy. Or Moonblast, sorry. I'm getting confused with my Zacian. I decided to just throw this move here. I don't really want to get hit by another one. I have a lot of energy here still to throw at the Giratina. Let's see what they come in with. They actually come in with Yveltal. So, yeah, not too bad here. We're definitely going to have to do some damage. They choose not to overfarm at all, which is really nice for me. So I'm going to overfarm myself here, throw a rock slide. I believe the Giratina is almost out of energy, so we should be okay. And I get to another rock slide to finish it off. Again, team super weak to Giratina, but you have a lot of play against Yveltal's another one, right? Against the Flyers as well too. So that's where the overload really comes in handy. All right, Rayquaza lead. This is overall a solid lead, but again, if they have like a Kyogre in the back, it could be kind of messy. They come in with Lugia here. This is pretty good for me because if I can win this matchup here, I'd really just have to shield the Air Blast. I have play into the Rayquaza too, right? So Rayquaza doesn't want to come into this either, so that puts me in a pretty good spot. So I'm going to shield the potential Air Blast. They do a good job of baiting there, but it just forces me to throw energy a little sooner. So if they want to double shield here, that's still going to be playing in my favor. They likely go Air Blast here, so I'm going to shield. And they do, which is good, because now we can overfarm a little bit here. We don't need to throw right away. I get a lot of energy before I throw. If they shield this, they're in a tough spot because I have another one stored, and they recognize that. They actually come in with Groudon. So Groudon's definitely, it's definitely much better into Ho these days because the Precipice Blades hit so hard. But it's still a positive matchup. All right, and then we're going to come in with the Melmetal here. Just throw this right away. Try to get rid of this Rayquaza as soon as I can. The main problem here is I don't want to be stuck Rayquaza into this because they'll start debuffing me, and that's not going to be a good time. And Breaking Swipe kind of hurts a little bit. What's up, bro? Alright, yeah, so we're just going to do as much damage as we can here. Honestly, the longer this matchup goes, the better, because then I could potentially swap out here, and my opponent is actually going to concede right there. I actually did all these battles at airport now that I think about it. But anyway, here comes a Mewtwo, and they're going to throw Shadow Ball. Pretty good, because I don't have the shield. Mewtwo is actually a huge problem. But again, Dialga is not. So we're in a pretty good spot, because we have options for Dialga. I really don't need to even swap here. Obviously, the Ho is not as good into it, but we do catch a Side Strike. Pretty nice. And they throw another one. We have to shield this. We also lose CMP against Mewtwo, so I'm planning on just farming down. We just got the farm down, which is huge, because that's a lot of energy for Dialga. And we see the third Pokemon, which again, very nice for us, because now we have a lot of play here. And we have a bunch of energy, right, to utilize here. I would say this team takes a lot of precision based on my gameplay of it, because, yeah, these are not easy matchups, I think, to maneuver around. Definitely know your counts. All right, my opponent is going to throw a move here, which is interesting. Doesn't really help them too much. Maybe they're just trying to stall the timers here, but they concede right there. Again, 3 things really strong to Dialga. Like, it's not a great time, right, if you're Dialga here. All right, Zacian, it's kind of interesting. Kind of similar to Xerneas. You kind of want to throw the move after they debuff, but most players know not to throw in that situation. I'm going to try to CMP him on the second one. Unfortunately, we don't, but that's fine. This is still probably going to warn the shield. No, they don't shield. All right. Well, I try to catch a move on the Ho here, and I do, which is huge. Catch the play rough. And I also get a free Incinerate through, too. There's actually an interesting tech on what I just did there. Stay tuned for the PvP Pro Tips video tomorrow to see what I just did there. But yeah, if you notice what I did on the swap, drop it down below. Let me know if what you think. It's a really interesting tech, though. All right. We do grab a shield here, which is kind of nice. And I'm just going to let the Brave Bird go. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. Wow, like, maybe it wasn't a Sacred Fire. Maybe I was tracking the energy. I don't know. I'm not doing a great job right now, obviously, of tracking the energy. But here comes the Volto here. We do get the Rock Slide off first, which is nice. And it's probably not worth shielding. Yeah, I'm not going to shield this because we still have the Zacian to worry about here. So we go for another Rock Slide here. We get a shield there. And again, we're going to win CMP here, so it's not too bad. And they come in to try to catch. Unfortunately, it does not work for them. And we have a lot of energy here. Oh, what's happening, girl? All right, let's try this massage technique. I heard this massage technique works for cats, but Kyurem doesn't like it. All right, Dialga lead. Fantastic. And they come in with Ho, so that's going to be really good for me. I don't know if I knew this tech at the time. Oh, yeah, this was the tech, yeah. You want to catch the move here. Again, I did the tech again. See if you notice what I did there. The hint is I get a Sacred Fire through even while catching on the move, which is really nice. All right. They throw another Sacred Fire. That's fine. And we can really do a lot of damage here. I'm just going to shield and just like potentially Thundershock down. They go Sacred Fire here. And then they come in Lugia. I don't want to throw my energy because I don't want to throw while debuffed. Oh, not enjoying the cat massage? You're not doing this right. All right. So, pretty decent matchup overall. Again, this team is also very good into Lugia too, so it does put me in a pretty good spot. Lugia is just so bulky, so I can muscle through a lot of matchups, but yeah. All right, here comes the Dialga. It's actually kind of a close match. I assume they shield this. They do? Okay. How do I... Oh, okay. They catch the drill run. Interesting. All right. So we probably swap here. Oh, we have 2 superpowers banked. Yeah. So this is going to put us in a really good spot here. They're forced to kind of throw their energy as well. But no, they don't have it ready. And then it's going to be game. Yeah. Those catches really helped a lot. And you can see there, we do get 5-0. Fantastically rewarded with a Lugia as well. But yeah, overall the team, it's pretty fun to use. It looks really hard to use on paper, but because you overload, I should say, your opponents on so many matchups, it does put you in a pretty good spot. This, again, another very solid matchup because all 3 Pokemon have a lot of play into this, right? I know we haven't seen a Kyogre yet, but trust me, there's quite a few that I run into eventually, and there are ways to addressing it. All right. They come in, Side Strike here. We're going to respect... Well, we have to shield this because it definitely KOs us. But I do get to a Sacred Fire here. They should definitely be able to outpace me if they decide to shield here, but they have to shield. Yeah, I guess I shield twice too, because they're down shields actually. Yeah, so this is pretty good. We're gonna just optimize a little bit, get some free turns. Not free turns, I should say, but you don't give them free turns. It's a better phrase. They actually catch on Excadrill. Really great catch by them. And then, yeah, now I'm just gonna have to go superpower here. It's gonna get a little weird. And they don't throw for some reason, so maybe they lost track of counts here and trying to optimize, but that puts me in a really good spot. And then Kyurem is going to be able to take me out, but I still have the Excadrill. They actually don't even KO me there, which is interesting. And then I'm just going to go Brave Bird, I guess, to do some meaningful damage. We don't take it out there, but I have the superpower. No Excadrill even needed for this battle. Melmetal lead. This is going to be an interesting one too. Again, the best buddy does help quite a bit here because it ensures you win charge with priority. If you look at the CP difference, you can tell mine is an active best buddy. Theirs is either not, or it's not a hundo or something. Great catch on Giratina though. Double resisted. That is not good for me. And then we come in with Excadrill here. It's not a great matchup, but I found that a lot of them are running Ancient Power and Dragon Claw actually. And it looks like this is one of them, so it is going to play more in my favor for sure. And these throw ones do add up quite a bit. But the Shadow Claws too as well. The Charge Moves aren't really that big of a deal. But the Shadow Claws start chewing away. Alright, theoretically speaking, yeah, I went Charge and Priority, which is huge here. Oh my goodness. I think she might be done. Are you done? Yeah, I think she's done. We'll let her go. Alright. Interesting setup right here. Again, they have all resistant moves. I could really overfarm quite a bit. And they have their own Melmetal back, and I have a lot of energy that I could use. And here they come. They're going to throw a move first. Ends up being superpower, which is kind of nice, because now they're super debuffed. And I have two back to back. They shield the first one. I go for a second one just for some damage here. And then probably just come in. Okay, I'm going to come in my Ho here. This is not a great situation for me. But, yeah, I'm just going to let this go, I think. I need to save my shields for the Melmetal. And I don't want to throw the Brave Bird until after I get hit by the Dragon Claws. Unfortunately, I'm still not enough to survive there. But we do get off the Rock Slide. And here comes the Excadrill here. I should post this on a Twitter image and ask if people thought I lived this or not. Is this a shield KO? Unfortunately, it's not. I think I had 2 HP left. If you don't know what shield KO is, check out my protest video on shield KO. But essentially, you get knocked out if you have 1 HP. All right. And then this battle, really unfortunate against that trainer there. I actually lost. That's my one loss. But the screen recording crashed because my phone was at full storage at that point. They played really well, though. They played Dragonite with Double Steel in the back, Metagross and Excadrill. And they played amazing to win that one. But we get Kyogre here. And this is an interesting one. There's some that run Origin Pulse, which makes this matchup really bad. But typically speaking, they're in the back. They're not in the lead. Or like they might have Origin Pulse, but they don't throw it, right? When they're in the lead, at least. I'm going to shield this because I find that alignment typically makes a lot of sense here. And they come in Dialga, which is pretty nice. And here comes Groudon, as you can see. Really nice alignment for me here. And we're going to no shield. It's going to be a Sacred Fire, but we want to... Or, sorry, Precipice Blades. But we want to save the shield for that Dialga and Excadrill. As you see here, pretty fine. Especially when they got debuffed, right? And it's not going to do much, and they can't much shot me down. I need to watch out for the switch timers here. But I probably just swap if they swap too. Looks like, yeah, they choose not to. I think I'm not sure if they just quit out or whatever. But either way, able to win out that one. And then Dialga again, fantastic. A lot of them typically don't stay in, but there are some that do. In those situations, I just throw 1 superpower. I build to 2, throw 1. If they shield the first one, swap. If they don't shield the first one, throw both, and then swap. Most of them will shield the second one if they don't shield the first one. All right, so here comes the Giratina. I want to tank the energy first before I throw coming with Excadrill. Also, a little chip damage to the rock side's kind of nice. I probably have to... Oh, no, I don't shield. Okay. They come in Dialga, which is really interesting. I mean, because they don't really get that much value here. But, okay. Yeah, I saved the draw run. I actually like that play. Looking back on my own plays, I wasn't even thinking about that. But, Yeah, this is nice for me because I have a ton of energy here. And yeah, I think I shield this, yeah, because I guess debuff their next Pokemon and they're permanently debuffed at that point. And Palkia. Yeah, so we're going to throw this. That's high likelihood they shield anyway. Get the debuff, double resistant, and it allows me to get the Brave Bird off. Absolutely huge here. Coming in really clutch here, and then we have a bunch of energy on this Melmetal to unload. I just need to put this in drill run range, and I should be fine, because I should win charge from priority, I believe. I don't know, it gets weird with Master League with Mythicals and Legendaries, because some of them just hit really hard. But I think I lived this anyway to get the move off, and here comes the 3-ball, so fantastic. But again, you know, Dialga's on a lot of teams, and a team that's very good into it. Very nice. But as you can see here, 4-1. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the one that I lost on, but let's showcase a loss to make up for it. So this is Mewtwo. Mewtwo, like I said, really tricky to play around because nothing really hard beats it. It just hits so hard, and the Ho it really outpaced the Ho. Catching a potential Focus Blast, unfortunately, it's just a Psych Strike. That's fine. We draw out the Kyogre, and this is what we really want to see. Typically speaking, I swapped to Excadrill to draw it out, but I figured catching a Focus Blast on Excadrill doesn't really help me much. So for this specific lead matchup, it's fine. Could be an Orange Impulse, but this person is running Surf, and I kind of want to save I need to save my shields anyway for the Mewtwo, so that's pretty good, actually. Able to take it out without taking any extra damage. It really just depends on the third Pokemon. If it's like a Dialga, maybe in a good spot. I do shield, even if it's a Side Strike. It's not that end of the world to shield it because it's still doing a ton of damage. I would have had to shield anyway. So I'm going to try to throw before we get to CMP because they're going to win CMP every time. And yeah, we're forced to shield here. So at this point, I'm thinking it might be a Dialga. Dialga's not great for me. But again, we're going to throw right before CMP here. Maximize our energy. And I come in with Melmetal here. Oh, this is tricky. Yep, and they catch the Rock Side. So really nice catch by my opponent here. Otherwise, it would have been a really... Yeah, they would have been in a much worse spot. But because they caught it, I think this game is pretty much over. Yeah, we can only get the move off. And we can't do it there. So, anyway, really well played by my opponent there. Obviously, Mewtwo's hard to deal with, but also my opponent played really well. That made it even harder. If you're also running budget teams like me and don't have too many resources, then this could be a pretty solid team for you. Honestly, it was still a lot of fun to play, even if you do have other Pokemon available. I do have Dialga made, but I decided to run this instead because it was more fun. Best of luck on your climbs, and like I said, there is a Pro Tips PvP video dropping tomorrow, and it is going to highlight the interesting tech that I discovered running this line. So, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when that video drops, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye.